everyone. Os Fuentes, Blue Diamond here at the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport here, about to depart to Dallas, Texas, to the homecoming. Team Fusion, one of the biggest events ever experienced. Amazing things are about to happen here in Dallas. So if you're not going to the event, in fact, you know what? I'm making this video because I actually got a text message or an actual inbox from somebody who kept seeing the post that I put on the group message, and I kept posting about the promo video and how exciting it's gonna be, and if you're not gonna be there, then you're gonna miss out. And how people tell me, hey, I can't afford to be there, and I tell them, listen, man, you can't afford not to be there. So I got a message, an inbox from somebody who told me, well, it's easy for you to say now that you're making really good money doing this. It's easy for you to say now that you're Blue Diamond and you're making tons of money and you've been able to get ahead in life. What about us that can't make it? What about us? And let me tell you this. The reason why I'm Blue Diamond right now, and the reason why a lot of these diamonds are diamonds now, is because when we didn't have the income, when we didn't have the source, when we didn't have when the business wasn't providing for us, we made a decision to be at an event. I remember a few years back, we actually had to take a van to Oklahoma City, and it was like 14 of us. It was actually it was a 12-passenger van, I think it was, and it was like 15 of us, right? Some of them were on the floor, some of them were actually, the luggage, I can't remember where we put it. I think we put it on top of the van, but it was crazy. We had to drive about 20 hours to go from Phoenix to Oklahoma City at that first convention. And let me tell you, if it wasn't for that first convention, I probably wouldn't be in this industry anymore. If it wasn't for that first convention, I probably wouldn't be living the lifestyle developed after that event. We came out of that event and I actually jumped about 3 ranks just because of the emotion. The vision was stimulated, my conviction was expanded, my posture was raised, and my emotion was just triggered for me to be able to do something with this business and be able to take it to the next level. And that is the reason why, and it's not like I didn't have the money to take a flight. I had came into the business in that particular company 3 days prior to that convention, and my mentor said, look, you can't afford not to be there. You need to be there. At the time, I remember I had the moving company, and I had some moves already scheduled for that weekend. I had already scheduled my employees and people that were working for me to be at certain job sites, and I had already scheduled and organized and coordinated everything. So I literally had to walk away from my business for about 4 or 5 days, including the drive between those 3 days of the convention and the 1 day before and the day after, 20 plus hours drive. And we ended up staying at a hotel, and we had to share rooms with people because it was limited, like it was sold out. I think we had about 10,000 people, 15,000 people in that one convention, but I didn't make any excuses. I had to be there. I knew I had to be there. Even when the business wasn't really producing anything for me, I still had to commit. I still had to sacrifice not only time, energy, money, and I had to be. Otherwise, I would still be moving furniture right now for a living. I would still be working 80 hours to 110 hours a week. I would still be without time freedom, because money comes and goes. The only thing that doesn't come back is time, right? So I would still be working from sun up to sundown. I would still be a slave to money. And because of that decision, because I made a decision to make it to the event, my life changed forever. I was able to grasp the vision long term and be able to understand the industry and why this industry is such a noble industry. It's such an industry that if you treat it like a business and you are coachable, you can write your own ticket. So if you're thinking about going to Dallas Homecoming, I know right now it's a few days away from it. I know there's somebody who signed up yesterday. In fact, we signed up somebody yesterday, and this gentleman decided to go to Homecoming. This gentleman last minute decided to book his plane, his flight, to book his hotel, and made a decision to go. He had to be at work on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. He called in. He told him, look, listen, I got an emergency. I can't make it. Please find somebody else who can replace me, because honestly, I gotta go. I can't be at work on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Guess what? He's leaving on Friday morning. He's boarding a plane on Friday early morning. He's gonna make it to the events. He's gonna be there. This gentleman actually within his first 4 hours actually was able to just make a decision. Business people, success-minded people make decisions right away, and that's what this gentleman was able to do. He didn't make excuses. In fact, those excuses, he turned them into reasons why he had to be at this event. He's like, look, man, I don't like working weekends. I don't want to be working and be a slave to money the rest of my life. And he said, I need to be at this event because next year around, I don't want to be in the same situation as I am right now, having to ask somebody for days off. So therefore, he made it. I know there's people right now that are boarding on planes, that are boarding on trains, that are boarding on cars. They're even boarding on horses, and some people are even walking there. Of course, the ones that live in Dallas, but there's people that are traveling from San Diego. There's people that are traveling from LA, San Francisco, from Washington, from New York, from Miami, from Canada. There's people that are coming from Australia, actually. There's people that are coming from Europe and Asia to be there. There's people that are coming from Mexico. Some of my Mexico team will be there as well. And some of these people have decided to be there, and they have decided this within the last 24 hours. So you need to be there too. Do not grab any excuses. If you buy somebody's excuses, you buy their lifestyle. And honestly, if I was to tell you that if I wouldn't have never been to that one convention a few years back, I would not be here. That is the real deal. That is exactly what I had to do. And because of that one day, that one weekend, it was the best weekend of my life, the best investment into my business. And that's the reason why we are now Blue Diamond and beyond. And we've been able to produce a lot of diamonds, in Blue Diamonds. We've been able to help a lot of people achieve time freedom and financial freedom because of that same reason. So with that being said, if you're still thinking about being there, I would encourage you to be there. Do whatever it takes to be there, and you cannot afford not to be there. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later.